Today we'll be talking about medicine. Medicine is an object that I believe is in everyone's life, whether it's you who's taking it, a family member, or a friend. It can be as simple as taking allergy pills every day, or on a more serious note, having to take medicine that's prescribed to you by a doctor. Medicines are chemicals or compounds that are there to prevent and cure diseases, but they're also there to ease the symptoms and help in the diagnosis of illnesses. This is a very close related subject to me for the reason that I have to take medicine every day for certain health issues that I have. But I'm okay with that, and I understand that it does more good for me than it does bad. Of course, we all don't see that right away, and we all don't understand that right away. I didn't in the beginning, but it's a process. It's the fear and the worry and the mistrust that we get, from hospitals, from doctors, and the medication. Medication has its good and its bad. The bad being the symptoms, the vomiting, the dizziness, the nausea. No one wants that. And sometimes it even may worsen the situation before it gets better. But that's part of the process. That's part of knowing what may work for you and what may not work for you. Our bodies change. Whatever worked for us once may not work for us again. There's so many health issues, so one thing cannot work for everything, but it also comes with the good. The good helping ease the pain, ease whatever we're going through, or hopefully even cure whatever it is that we may have. But that's not always the case, and that's something that gets built up in our mind and messes with our mind because we believe as soon as we go to the doctor or we start taking the medication, it should start helping us right away. And yes, it can work sometimes, but it doesn't always work. And I think a lot of that has to be built up from the way we grew up, the way our parents, had their beliefs, and their parents had their beliefs, and all of that gets built up into us, thinking that, if taking care of us the way they did when we were younger, like the in-home remedies, if that worked then why shouldn't it work for us now? If it worked for them for so many years, they should be able to continue working for us for so many years. But time changes. Everything's different nowadays. Nothing was like it was back in the days. And I understand preserving that culture and preserving all those beliefs that you have, but it's not always a good thing because you may ignore certain things, and you may continue thinking that certain things will work for you and they probably weren't. And why wait until things get worse before you actually even go see a doctor? Just because you have your mistrusts, or you think that you're only going to get worse by going to a hospital, or even people think to the point that they might die because they're going to go finding something, and what's the point of that? But I'm not here to convince you, to stop believing in what you believe. Whatever works for you, obviously. But, understand that there's different times, and I think times have changed, and I think medicine is here to do us good and not do us any harm. And I hope that we all take our time, to do our research, and we all have the right to say what we can, decide to put in our bodies or not. So that know that you always have the right to do whatever you decide you want to do. And whether it's a doctor telling you to do something, you don't always have to agree to it. You can always say no. If you don't feel good in a certain way, or if something's not working for you, know that you can always say no and do something else, or go see another doctor, or do whatever works for you. And I hope you take this from this speech, and that's all I can give you guys. Thank you.